My name is Roberto Mufoletto. I only speak English. My grandparents immigrated from the States, to the States around 1900. So I'm what they call a second generation Italian-American. So I'm very pleased to be here and for the invitation to speak with you today about some work I've been doing in a couple different areas. But what I'll be talking about is the end of learning as we know it. Oh, I should say, I tend to talk fast, and I'm very sensitive to language difference. So if I am talking fast, give me a high sign, and I'll slow down. Because as you're thinking and talking, you forget how fast you're talking. Okay? Agreement? Okay. And this is kind of a review from what was said this morning, because we're all kind of starting to say the same thing in a way about education and technology and art, etc. Okay, so let's see if this works. No. Okay. No. No. The PowerPoint? There we go. What did you press? Okay, okay, yeah. Okay. What I want to do is divide my talk into two parts. One is about this idea of learning in a different way, but then also looking at the VASA project, which begins to model that. And I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, these are 2 pointers. You know the iPhone and you know the iPad, okay? And what these pointers tend to do is they signify change. And change in how we communicate, how we learn and teach, how we do business, how we build social communities, how we find partners, right, spouses and others, how we access information, how we share information, how we publish our thoughts, and how we integrate media formats. It's a change to how we all exist, and I think you all know that, okay? But they do announce the end of something. The end of books. I'm sure it's not a new concept to you. To my colleagues in the States, there is great resistance when you say the end of books. As we know, like what iTunes represents, is as soon as publishers figure out a way of distributing books electronically, which they're doing, right? Now there's the iPad and everything that'll come out after that. They won't need bookstores, just like they don't need music stores anymore. You'll be able to download books, as you can now. But more and more books will be electronic, and you won't have paper books anymore. And paper books are only 500 years old at the most, okay? So books will be gone. Libraries, as we understand them today, will be gone. Lectures. This room would not be necessary in the future, in the near future. There's no reason for students to sit in here, or for you to sit here and listen to me talk when there's other ways of providing this information to you. And then we come together and talk about ideas, but not listen as I broadcast out to you, okay? So professors, teachers lecturing to large classes. I have a friend who teaches biology to 120 students. That's distance education, okay? People are not paying attention. They're checking their mail. They're doing different things. The idea of professors as the center of knowledge, as the holder of expertise will change, as you all know. It's been talked about this morning, how it decentralizes this concept of knowing and who has control over it. Part of the change is the question of power and control. Who has the power? Who has the control? Okay, they announced the end, as I said, to huge lecture halls, but they point towards mobility, they point towards individual learning, they point towards other ways of people communicating and working together. Students are redefined, right? Very important. Students are now redefined. Not when they come to your class and you treat them all the same. They all become individualized and different from each other. As we all know, the internet's the connecting tissue of how we work with people in Japan or Saigon, how we work with people in the United States or in Amsterdam or in South Africa.